Hello everyone, welcome to Hopeful Turns. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you the pattern for a simple crochet shoulder bag. Now this is an absolutely beginner friendly pattern and it can be made under 1 hour. This is also completely customizable, so if you want the bag to be much more wider or smaller or bigger than this, you can totally do that. Now I'll just give you the measurements first for this crochet bag. Now this bag measures about 9.5 inches, that's close to 24 centimeter, and the height will come around 6 inches, that is 15 centimeter. But as I said, you can completely customize this pattern and make it according to your size preference. All right, now I just wanted this to be a very simple crochet bag, so that's why I have just added a small applique, but this is totally optional. If you want, you can add this or you can keep it very plain and simple. This is a crochet puff stitch flower that I have already uploaded in my channel, so you can find the link in the description box as well as on the I button. You can use other appliques also if you want to, or you can add more flowers and make it more prettier or flowery, but I'm not much of a flower person, so I'm just keeping it really simple with just one flower. You can also add this as back charm if you want to. Okay, so you can definitely play around with the basic pattern and then add your own touch to it. So let's see the materials and then we'll head over to the pattern. So for this bag here, I have used a blanket yarn. This is a weight 6 yarn, and with that I have used a 9 mm crochet hook. Now you don't have to use a blanket yarn itself. You can use any weight 6 yarn. In fact, you can use weight 5, that is the bulky weight yarn also. You just have to go with the recommended hook size. If you want to do it under 1 hour, try to use a weight 6, a super bulky weight yarn. You can also make this with 2 strands of worsted weight yarn held together. That would also work fine. Now apart from these two, you would require a pair of scissors, a yarn needle. This has a slightly larger eye because I'm using blanket yarn, and a stitch marker. Now instead of a stitch marker, you can use a bobby pin or a safety pin, anything to mark the stitch. Okay, so these are the materials that you'd require. I forgot to mention, you would require less than 100 grams of this blanket yarn. So these are the materials. If you are ready, we can get started. So we'll start our pattern with a slip knot, and this is how I like to make the slip knot. You take the yarn, loop it around your finger like an X. Once you have that, take this loop out and pull your working yarn through this loop here. So this here is your slip knot, and once you have your slip knot, we are going to make chain stitch. And I'm going to make a total of 20 chain stitch. So this is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, like that. I'm going to make a total of 20 chain stitches. So here I have put 20 chain stitch, and this will be the width of the bag. Now if you want a much wider bag, you can add more number of chain stitch. If you want a shorter bag, you can reduce the number of chain stitch. So you can use any number of chain stitch. There is no odd number, even, or multiples. You make the chain stitch as wide as you want your bag to be. Okay, now once you're done with this, we'll start with the first round, and irrespective of the number of chain stitch, this is how we'll be doing it. So what we'll do is we will skip the very first chain stitch and make a single crochet into the second stitch. So skip the first chain stitch and make a single crochet. So to make a single crochet, just insert your hook, pull up a loop. You have 2 loops here, yarn over and pull through both the loops. So this is my first single crochet. You can mark your first single crochet. Now you can use a stitch marker or a safety pin, bobby pin, anything that you have. So mark the first single crochet that you have made. All right, now I'm just going to make 1 single crochet till the very end. So find your next chain stitch and make a single crochet. So insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both. So this is my second single crochet. Again, make the single crochet in the next chain stitch, and you can continue making a row of single crochet. So I'll just make a row of single crochet till I reach the very last stitch. So here I am almost at the end of this row. I have put one single crochet in every stitch and I have just the very last stitch left. Okay, so into the very last stitch we are going to put 3 single crochet. Okay, so in the rest of the stitches I have put just one single crochet. Into the very last stitch put 3. So this is my first single crochet, 1. In the same stitch make another single crochet, 2, and put one more single crochet in the same stitch, 3. So into the very last stitch you will be putting 3 single crochet. Now you can just turn your work here and we are going to work in the opposite side. So in all of these stitches, working on the back, the opposite side, we are going to put 1 single crochet. Now I'll be working on this yarn end also. So I'll just take the yarn end along with me. So find the first stitch right here and make a single crochet. 1 second. Okay, so this is my stitch here. I'm going to insert my hook. I'll take this yarn end along with me and make a single crochet like this. Come to your next stitch, again make a single crochet, again a single crochet. So like this you can just go and make a row of single crochet in the opposite side, and you do this till you reach the very first stitch. So I'm just going to continue making a row of single crochet till the very end. So here I have worked up 1 single crochet on the opposite side also. I have reached the very first stitch. So you can easily identify the first stitch because we have already put 1 single crochet there. We had marked the first single crochet. So this will be our very first chain stitch. So in that also I'm going to put 2 single crochet. So in the very first stitch I'm going to put 2 single crochet. So 1 and 1 more in the same stitch, 2. So effectively what we have done is in the very first stitch we have put 3 single crochet, and in the very last stitch also we have put 3 single crochet, and then 1 single crochet on opposite side of the chain stitch. So that is how your round 1 is. And once you finish round 1 you should have double the number of single crochet. So I have started with 20 chain stitch, and once I finish round 1 I have a total of 40 single crochet. So whatever is your chain stitch number, you should end up with double the single crochet. Okay, now in order to finish off this you can just take this off, and I'm not going to slip stitch every round here. I'm going to work in continuous round so that there is no seam. Now from here this pattern is very simple. From round 2 all the way up to round 10 I'm just going to put 1 single crochet in every stitch. So just take off your stitch marker here, go into that stitch, same stitch, and we are starting round 2. So I'm starting with a single crochet. So this is the first stitch of round 2. I'm just going to mark the stitch here. So you always have to mark the first stitch. We are not slip stitching, we are just directly starting with a single crochet. Once that is done, find your next stitch, again make a single crochet, come to your next stitch, again make a single crochet. So this round is going to be very easy. You're just going to put 1 single crochet in every stitch. No need of any 3 single crochet in first and last stitch. Just continuously make a single crochet till you reach your stitch marker. So I'll complete this round 2. So here I have worked up round 2 also. I have put 1 single crochet in every stitch. I have a total of 40 single crochet. So this was my very last single crochet. You can just take your stitch marker out, and this is the end of round 2. We'll start round 3 with single crochet on the stitch which was marked. So we're starting round 3 with a single crochet. You can mark your first stitch and continue making a single crochet round. So again you will end up with 40 single crochet. Now if you see here, this is curving up. So you can just flip this over. So this will be your base of your bag. Okay, and you can just go ahead and continue this as much as you want your height of your bag to be. I'm going till round 10. So just make a rounds of single crochet till you reach the height that you want. So I'll meet you at round 10. So here I have completed 10 rounds of single crochet, and if you see, we have got a nice rectangular shaped bag. Now the good thing about this blanket yarn is that you can kind of shape it. So if you do not like this rectangle, you can actually stretch it so that it becomes a bit wider at the bottom. So that's totally up to you. You can make it as like a proper rectangle, which is actually the shape, or if you want a little bit wider at the base, you can just stretch it. It will hold the shape. Anyway, once you're done with round 10, so this is the height I'm looking for. I'm stopping here, and we will finish off this. So this was my very last stitch, the very first stitch of this round. Okay, so I'm just going to take my stitch marker out. So this is the very last single crochet of round 10. Into the next stitch, that is the stitch marker where it was, I'm going to make a slip stitch like this, and I'm going to put one more slip stitch into the next stitch as well, like this. All right, so that completes my bag. Now we start with the handle. Now for the handle here, I'm going to attach it right at this point and then make the handle. So for that, I'm going to start with 45 chain stitch. So make 45 chain stitch, 1 2 3 4 5. I make 45 chain stitch. If you want a much longer handle, you can add more chain stitch. If you want a shorter handle, just reduce the number of chain stitch. I'll make 45 chain stitch first. So here I have made my chain stitch. Now I had said I'll be making 45 chain stitch, but I'm stopping at 40 chain stitch because that handle length is more than enough for me. But if you're looking for a much longer handle, add more chain stitch. I'm just going for 40 chain stitch. All right, so this will be the length of your handle. Now once you are done with the length of your handle, you just properly fold your bag. You can eyeball it and slip stitch onto the very edge, or what you can do is you can count 40 stitches and slip stitch. I'm just eyeballing it, so I'm just going to slip stitch to the opposite side with a slip stitch. So I'm going to make a slip stitch here. So for a slip stitch, just insert your hook here and pull your yarn through this and this loop. So I have put a slip stitch. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip stitch into the next stitch as well. I'll slip stitch. I'll just turn my work and slip stitch here like this. Okay. Next, I'm going to make a row of half double crochet on this chain straps. So find your first chain stitch, and I'm going to make a half double crochet. So for a half double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook and pull up a loop. You have 3 loops, yarn over and pull through all the 3 loops like this. So this is my first half double crochet. Come to your next chain stitch and make your next half double crochet. So this is my second half double crochet. Come to your next stitch, again put a half double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all the 3. So like this, you can just go ahead and make 1 half double crochet in the 40 chain stitches. Okay, so I'll just complete half double crochet row, so that will add the width for your strap. So here I have worked up 1 row of half double crochet for the strap here. So this was my very last half double crochet, and in order to finish off this, you find the stitch close to the starting chain stitch and slip stitch. So find the single crochet just close to it and make a slip stitch. So insert your hook, pull your yarn through this loop as well as the second loop. So that will attach with a slip stitch. All right, now at this point you can cut your yarn. So I'm just going to cut my yarn here. I need such a long tail, but since it's a blanket yarn, I want to be pretty sure that it is hidden well. So cut off your yarn and then we can hide in the loose ends. Now the one where we have started, I had already weaved that in when I was working, and we have to hide in this. So for that, I'm going to take a darning needle. So since this is a blanket yarn, I have got this kind of yarn needle which has a very big eye, and I'm going to use that and then hide this end in. So just go through a couple of stitches from the inside of your bag. I'll go back and forth 2 to 3 times just so that everything is well hidden, and then cut it off. Okay, so I'll just hide the loose ends. So here I have hidden in all the loose ends and our bag is ready. Now if you want, you can keep it very plain and simple and use it just like this, or you can be creative, add some appliques and give your own spin to it. I have this puff stitch flower pattern on my channel, so I'm going to use this daisy puff flower just to add a little bit more color to the bag here. So I'll be attaching this, I'll be stitching this up with some yarn. So you can attach this on the center, or if you want, you can add a few more. So I have gotten a few different colors, so if you want, you can make everything in the same color or maybe different colors, but I'm not too much a flowery person, so I'm just going to use just one and attach it to the center. If you want, you can use this as a bag charm also, so just put a yarn and hang it around the handle. That will also work fine, or find some other flower pattern or some applique if you want to. So yeah, just be creative and add your own spin to it. So yeah, that was a tutorial on how to do this very simple shoulder bag. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed making it. Now if you liked it, please do not forget to press on the like button, and if you're new to my channel, please do consider subscribing. If you're looking for other crochet patterns, especially bags, pouches, all of that, I have a separate playlist, so you can find the link in the description box as well as on the end screen. That's it for today's tutorial. See you in another video. Until then, bye bye. Thank you for watching.